I'm gonna say that's the case. But I don't know if you remember before TI-10 where Spirit won with pretty much the Magnus. Before that tournament started, in Southeast Asia in particularly, people were playing a carry and the mid Magnus. But they go for the CM. For now, it just seems like it's gonna be full-on aggression. These three heroes they really love to spam their spells.
Yep. Crystal Maiden loves working with strength heroes, right? Because she has flat mana regen, and the smaller those mana pools are, and the smaller the cost of those spells, the more easily spammable she makes them.
There's gonna be a ton of arcane boots as well. Because Crystal Maiden, she might have mana regen, but sometimes she herself has issues with max mana. So having heroes with some arcane boots is also going to be beneficial. Okay, I love this Tiny. I just want this to be a mid lane Tiny, please. Because, yeah, and it's probably going to be. Because Rubik, Crystal Maiden, this is food.
Exactly. Like, when I was working with Miracle, I was also working with Limp, and Limp would have loved to pick the Tiny in this game. Like Crystal Maidens, Winter Wyverns. Oh, he loves Winter Wyverns. There's that Bat Rider.
Okay, so trying to kill the Tiny in the lane, is that the case? Slow down his game? Can the Bat Rider do it? Tiny is still very, very tanky.
He is very tanky, but he relies on things like tossing you back, for example, when he gets into trouble. Like the rule still stays for him that if you're over 3 stacks on the enemy high ground, like he's going to be having to toss some trees, otherwise he will in fact die once or twice in that laning stage, and that's no good.
Turn rate can be a problem as well. Sticky Napalm not as problematic as it used to be in terms of turn rate, but it is still there. So XERXIA, they need an offlaner most likely. Myth Avenue, they need a carry that's going to be going with the Magnus. I've been hoping, when I see a sniper, when I see a Lina, I've been hoping to see a PA. Like, is there a chance that we see a PA here for Myth Avenue?
That is a very good question, because I was about to suggest a PA earlier and then the conversation sort of drifted away from it. But yeah, I feel like several times now, drafts that I've cast have butted up against like, you should really be picking a PA here. But people don't like that hard commit on their carry. They just, no, we want like a faceless void. We want a morphling. We want to be able to, say whoopsie and step back again. Press our panic buttons. A PA has no panic button. PA only has go in and go in harder. And I think this could be a very good game for her, but of course the Lina is always scary before you have that BKB. They could out-tempo you on XERXIA.
I'm thinking about it, like what's good with the Magnus? Would you be okay with something like a Lifestealer? Jugger isn't really in the meta, though overall he is another Manta hero that benefits from the mag quite a lot. I like the Morphling that you suggested. He might not be a melee hero, but he does have a ton of base damage to work with the Empower.
Yeah, and you get some fun things to steal. You get some tiny stuff, you get some Dark Willow. It's pretty decent. It's at this point with the mag being how he is, and like, yeah, there's 2 heroes with jump, one of them a Mage Slayer builder, of course, on the Slark. They take out the Beastmaster.
If this was Eastern Europe, I'd say Myth Avenue are picking an Ursa 100%. And I think it might actually be the case. XERXIA, in my mind, they have to prepare for that one. Though Mars and the Beastmaster, those are great heroes in the lane against the Ursa out of the melee heroes. So is there anything else left?
Honestly, I favor the Beastmaster heavily here as well. Let me quickly take a look. What else is there? Do they dare pick an anti-mage? I don't think you ban the Mars then. How about Spectre?
Okay, Brew. Yeah, Ursa now. Ursa for sure. Like, there's no way you don't pick an Ursa now. You are lacking a little bit of burst damage on Myth Avenue Gaming. You have a way to get out of the overgrowth even without your BKB. Dark Willow hates playing against an Ursa, and I was completely wrong. They go for a Drow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that one, even though it is a meta hero currently.
No, we were both thinking about crossing the distance still, right? And Myth Avenue has decided that they have enough crossing off the distance. They have the Magnus, they have the Bat Rider, it's enough. They wanted their own backline glass cannon. And you know what? I guess it's Galv. He wanted anime. Who can stop Galv from the anime? No, nobody can.
So he has played a lot of Drow in the past. I know Miracle has been quite good on the hero. Do you think this is good enough for me? XERXIA's lineup kind of seems a bit stronger. I'm looking at Myth Avenue, and if these 4 heroes, the Rubik, Magnus, Crystal Maiden, and the Bat, aren't getting early kills, they're in trouble. But they have to have a long fight, and XERXIA, as soon as the Tiny sees one of these supports, they're just dead.
Yeah, and for me, the Brewmaster is a really big concern as well, because you're going to have 2 ways of initiating, right, between the Magnus and the Bat Rider. Neither of them wants to prioritize a blink, really. They want other items first. They're going to have to go a blink anyway. One of them, they can fight about that. I don't care which one it is. But if you don't get the blink off first, then the Brewmaster is going to stick onto your initiator like glue. You're not going to get anywhere close to that Lina. Absolutely not. Lina Brewmaster is super strong in ways of like keeping people off of her.
So are we both agreeing on XERXIA here? Is that gonna be our final verdict?
I am afraid so. I would have loved to see more commitment from Myth Avenue, and I would have happily gone for my boy Galv. But in this case, yeah, I agree. XERXIA got the first pick Lina, and he got everything you want with it.
Okay, so here we're gonna be going for Lina. We'll see if the chat does agree there, putting their points into that one. But either way, there are gonna be smokes from both sides. There's also one thing I wanted to talk about, this Brewmaster set, but we're gonna do that just after we possibly see a level 1 fight. That's a Tiger set. Look at him. He's so cool. I haven't seen that one yet.
This is why I hate people.
Yeah, actually, I'm not very familiar with the tiger face. That's pretty rad.
So he's not a bear, he's a tiger now. That's fine. You know, you have considering that he's kind of this kung fu-y drunken brawler type of guy. There is Tigress in Kung Fu Panda, so you know we know that tigers can be good at martial arts. But this is a fat one, a fat tiger though.
A fat tiger is a good hunter, isn't it?
That wasn't too bright.
He was a good hunter. He isn't a good hunter anymore. It could be a liger. You know what a liger is? Mix between a tiger and the lion, and it's huge.
lion,
It's actually like a fat tiger, actually. But with that being said, XERXIA, they want to defend this rune with their lives. They're gonna get the stun. Zeal has already stolen the rune, so now everyone is gonna be taking a lot of damage. Every single spell connects on every single one of the heroes, and they don't want to chase for the Trent because he does have the magic stick charges, so probably would have lived either way.
Man, Rubik's so strong in these early game fights where it's just like everybody clicking each other. And Rubik's like, nah, how about damage reduction, huh?
On everyone. Easily done. With a lot of AoE damage as well. So yeah, it was impossible to deal with. So Magnus Rubik lane, a lot of potential here for, you know, lifts and skewer backs. Do you think Myth Avenue actually have the skill necessary to make it happen?
Yeah, they should. I think if you don't have that, you shouldn't be picking this lane. I mean, to be fair, Rubik is just strong, and you can get any hero you want to get through a lane, through the lane. So they're gonna go for it at the very least. I'll tell you if I think they can do it more often after they try it once or twice.
Okay, true. We'll see if that does happen. Treant likes to be in the enemy's faces, so if he's closer to the enemy tower, he's gonna be a bit careful. Kishka though taking some damage, but there it is. The Fade Bolt just stops all of the damage, and Zeal makes sure that Karma cannot really go forward. Karma, previously known as Asta, maybe you know him by that name. He's a pretty decent carry. Has been pretty solid in the past year.
Afraid not. I have been Americanized.
Is that good in Dota terms?
I mean, South America is phenomenal, dude.
Okay.
Tasty Dota, just like that cuisine. Look, there we go.
Miracle taking some damage. Top lane, Jaja taking a lot more damage, and they did manage to do it. So nice call, Kips there. So now you're gonna say they're gonna do it all the time, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
These are clearly experts. This is some collapse level stuff, and we're going to be seeing skewers back the entire game.
Collapse has nothing on Zeal. Brewmaster on the bottom lane taking some damage. He still doesn't have the Drunken Brawler, so can't really have that missed chance if he does go for the Storm Brawler. But for now, he's just gonna be trying to get his Drow Ranger drunk. We'll see
Yeah,
if he,
getting fed tangos from his support. Cores these days, man.
Yep. It is what it is, you know. You can't eat salves, so we're gonna find something else for you to buy for us. Miracle is doing his best to apply some pressure to this Brewmaster, but he still has a healing salve, so even now when he takes all of this damage and the Ring of Health, it's not gonna be that big of an issue, though. He is being pushed out, and is farming quite well, though. I don't see him get close to creeps, but somehow he has 14 CS.
Yeah, I'm guessing that Myth must have pushed out the wave a bit in the past.
Rupido? Okay. Ring of Health is not gonna help you because you need some time to reach in there. It seems like the Drow Ranger and the Crystal Maiden just way too strong of a little lane. You're gonna have to use that Shadow Realm, and I don't know if even that keeps you alive. They're gonna be going forward. 2 points in Frost Arrows. Bombi dropping low and goes into the tower. The extra armor in the region will help him survive, but Myth Avenue, they're definitely forcing the issue here, and it's looking out great for them in this lane. Meanwhile, top, well, they're trying to do that as well, but here they're a little bit too far away from their own tower.
Just put Lina under the tower. She does not exactly enjoy last hitting versus that tower. Also taking a lot of damage from the creeps. Still the reality of being a ranged carry.
Especially with this build when you're maxing out the Fiery Soul. The Dragon Slave and the Light Strike Ray aren't really gonna help you in that
Exactly.
once.
None of this build is about the spells. The spells are just there to give charges to the Fiery Soul.
That's true. Mid lane, we haven't talked about it much for now. It seems like the bat is doing quite good against the Tiny. Is that expected? Usually the Tinies do well in the lane.
Yeah, it's more about the threat, right? I think the Tiny could have more CS, but at some point he would overstep and he would die.
Rupido caught again, surrounded. It's gonna be the Crystal Maiden gets the kill, and now Dark Willow has been silenced. He's gonna have the Shadow Realm in a second, gets the kill. Can he turn around onto the Crystal Maiden without any mana? The CM really isn't the hero. So let's see, the lowest movement speed, the lowest damage, the lowest HP in the end. Doesn't get anything with it. And meanwhile in the mid lane, Xilern, he is diving onto JG, won't be able to get the kill, but will do a lot of damage, not without taking a lot of it himself. The tower does hurt, but in the end both of the mid laners will be fine.
He's gotten this Tiny pushed back quite a lot though.
Oh, JG, have a toss. Okay, he does have a Fairy Fire, and now you've put yourself in such a bad
punished.
position. No TP. Oh, I don't know if you noticed, but Kishka has always been around this mid lane. He's making stacks, and he's always close. And finally, he finds an opening to make it work. So Zeal might be struggling in terms of CS a bit, and Karma is left alone. But the mid lane and the stacks, they're there.
Yeah, and it's really all about what is your philosophy about the Magnus, right? Because Magnus does recover pretty well, especially once he actually starts taking levels in power, which versus a range lane you don't do. You go for the shockwaves, you secure your range creep. But on the other hand, like you could also say, well, he is a weak laner. He needs a lot of babysitting in order to actually get to the levels so he can get in power. I do think it hurts Magnus a lot to be shut down in lane, actually. I think that people who rely on the Magnus to be a comeback mechanism for their carry often neglect the Magnus in the process, and Magnus is not a low economy hero by any means. So this might come back to bite them, but you know what? So far, empowering your mid lane seems to be working out. Have to risk it for the biscuit, as Xylern says.
And he is gonna be getting the kill there in the jungle, farming some of the camps as well there from the enemies, so quite nice for them. Overall, beautiful start from Myth Avenue. Other than the Lina, no one is really having a good time, and you need to create space for the Lina, not the Lina create space for you. So in terms of farm distribution, I don't know how easy this is gonna be for XERXIA. Laguna Blade comes out on the top lane. Karma, he really wants some blood, and I might not kill the Magnus, but I'll rip apart Kisha. Look at those attacks. Man, the attack speed is insane. 180 bonus attack speed. Yeah, that's literally 3 Hyperstones.
Such a stupid hero. I mean, nothing but admiration. Like, stupid, powerful, stupid good, but you know, girl, you could like girl boss a little less hard and we'd still all be fond of you.
Yeah, I can see now. You definitely haven't watched Cartoon Network. There was this show called Johnny Bravo. I should know that one. And in one of the situations, he gets turned into a girl, and then he comes to a conclusion. In the end, the girls are smart, and that kind of breaks the spell, right? And now you haven't watched it, so you call Lena a stupid hero. Yeah, that does make it. The girls are smart, you know.
Yeah.
That is it.
Oh,
That's the conclusion, Kips.
Yeah, you see, the problem is that I'm a Dota player, so I don't actually respect women.
Doesn't it?
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That actually does make sense. And of course you didn't watch Cartoon Network either, so you couldn't watch Johnny Bravo to get it from there as well. Yeah, it's an education problem. Anyways, Crystal Maiden is gonna be crowned a queen now, but that might not be that good of a title if you lose your life for it. And it seems like that's exactly what's gonna be happening now. A couple of more hits, actually taking some damage there from the Cinder Brew, but in the end it is gonna be the toss that gets the kill.
Yeah, and just a little demonstration of why Tiny and Brewmaster is such a good lane that used to be played as well, because you get that Cinder Brew ignited with the Avalanche, and it hurts. Boy, does it hurt.
Anyways, the stacks are now finally being farmed by Myth Avenue. The smoke from XERXIA, is it gonna be here in time? The creeps are dying super fast with 4 or 5 stacks on them, and the Rubik is there to break the smoke. Tiny wants something else. He knows there's a stack there, but now there's gonna be so many heroes kind of stacking upon that Tiny. The Skewer doesn't connect. Magnus is gonna be stunned up, but he cannot get the RP off, so JG is not gonna live. He gets spurts back, and now with the lasso, he'll be taken down. They collect the rock, and Karma doesn't arrive in time, so in the end, it's just gonna be a 1-for-0 in Myth Avenue Gaming. They get their stacks as well.
Yeah, kind of painful, because I think that if you want to truly seriously contest that, you can bring in this Brewmaster that's sitting on bot lane with a TP and a level 6. Like, if you want to win a fight, you can. It's a team fight in a pocket, right? But he rates his own farm higher. Maybe they in total thought that they could do that if Karma just comes around, but, well...
Speaking of Karma, he just got a stun of on a Magnus that was moving, but once a Rhinoceros starts going through everything, you don't really stop him. There, even if you stun him, hit him in the head, he is still gonna go through.
Exactly. Do you know, by the way, what of like the big savanna animals, which one kills the most people?
Doesn't it?
I would not know. I would say maybe a hippo. Does he count?
Yes.
Okay.
He counts, and you are correct. It is indeed the hippos. You think, oh, lions and like rhinos and elephants, you know, all these things that could just kill you by stepping on you.
Lion is a kitty cat. He's a nice one. You know, he's not gonna touching you. Anyways,
Yeah.
6-4, 2K gold lead. Myth Avenue Gaming looking really strong here. I would want to talk about animals with you. We'll get the action for it, but now there's just so much action happening on the map that we just can't do it.
I see, yeah, because tower taking action on bottom, tower taking action on top, question mark. Those are some lovely boots of travels. Xylern is so farmed.
Yeah,
Goodness.
this is insane. This is actually insane how much farm he has. Rupido is going to be doing some damage to the bottom lane. Glyph was used. Both towers are being protected for now. One with the living armor. The other one was protected by the Glyph. But let's see now. The Glyph for XERXIA, it's still up. The one from Myth Avenue Game, and it's gone. Does XERXIA defend this tower? Is there a chance?
They should threaten it. Like, you can see Rupido stepping away from the tower into the dark, and he's threatening his TP by doing that. And they need to back off the top. There he is.
There's the pocket team fight coming through. Batrider, though, he's already out. So, yeah, you're not going to be getting it.
No, he should have stepped back in on bottom, shown again. But that tower is already gone.
Deny. Ooh, almost XERXIA. But he's not going to be able to get the deny. At least he'll get some farm. XERXIA are going to be on the top lane. Not a lot to farm there, but they've taken down a tower and they've defended their own. So I guess you're happy with that one.
You're happy? I mean, the only problem could be that Myth is decently sure that your team fight in a pocket, in a bottle, is going to be stuck on top lane now. But
yeah. He will have a pipe. He will have a pipe, okay? That's something.
He will have a freaking pipe.
Is that good,
How are you gonna kill this man?
You don't?
I mean, they really only have the Drow Ranger, and like the deal with the Brewmaster is that you want to burst him before he gets his ult out, and you're going to have to do that with magical. So especially if he's sure that the fight is going to come to him, he doesn't need a blink dagger. He just needs to live until he can press R. And a pipe in this game is exactly going to do that for him, because this Bat Rider will have it out for him, right?
Yeah, he's the one that needs to stack him up a little bit, and then if you're greedy, not popping your ulti early, then you can die with the pipe. Well, you need to be very greedy to actually die, and he's just standing his ground on the top lane. The smoke is coming. Can they even kill him? The pipe still hasn't arrived, but he has the hood, so pipe is to defend his teammates. The hood is for himself. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, they want to force it at the very least.
Okay, there's the RP and the silence. Okay, and everything. It wasn't even close. Nicely done by Zeal. Just at a perfect timing, connects with him on the RP, skewers him back immediately, and there's absolutely no chances of survival. That's a really good move, and a really good execution as well.
Yeah. Like, they were just ready to throw the entire kitchen sink. Sometimes you see teams being like, yeah, but if we do that, we don't have anything else. It's like, no, you need to take that tower. The longer that tower stays, the longer you're unequal on the map, the longer you're going to get pressured. Just take it and get it over with.
Yep.
And it did exactly that.
Karma is still farming though. The Lina is topping the network chart, something that we usually see from Linas, but the farming pace of this hero is actually insane. Does have a Maelstrom, already a Mithril Hammer, so not halfway towards the BKB, but the Karma is getting there.
Should get a bunch of time out of the fact that the Lina is very item dependent. Like, she needs the BKB to survive, and then ideally she also still wants to boost the travels on top of that before she really starts moving. So you've got some time on Mist to prepare for a storm. Like, once she hits, she's gonna hit hard, but there is this time to get this BKB up on the Bat Rider, maybe even BKB Blink, if he keeps getting this good of a stacking situation. Man, remember when people stopped picking Bat Rider because his ability to farm Ancients have been halved?
Yep, well, XERXIA doesn't care because he's so good at it. I'm just kidding, of course he has the space and you can still do it. But that's the thing, this is how they're matching the farm of the Lina, is that they're stacking so much. Taking down stacks for XERXIA is just not as easy.
No, and making them is not really either.
True.
They've got a core that constantly needed to show on the top lane. They have that Lina to guard as well.
Blink on the Tiny. This is the reveal they were looking for. Ideally, they would want this bat. That's a big kill if they can get it. Slow down the BKB that he's very, very close to. But has this been read by Myth Avenue Gaming, or are they just greedy farmers?
Yeah.
Look at the supports. Up, now we know about your blink. What you gonna do now? Well, nothing, just run away, I guess. Brewmaster, pipe at the ready. They really want to fight. They want to force this one out. He does get the Shadow Realm off, and there it is. The 3 pandas. They're going for a miracle. Where are the 4 staffs? He doesn't have any just yet, and that's gonna be a dead Drow Ranger with a Laguna Blade, more than dead. They finish him off, and now the Crystal Maiden has been caught. Freezing Field has been stopped, and it is gonna be the split coming to an end in a second, but it doesn't matter. The damage was done. The big boy is dead.
I guess there's still an RP though, but no real surprises if Zeal just goes forward to tank everything.
And Jaja is, he's definitely threatening there with the overgrowth, and now Brewmaster, you're left alone, your bosom buddies are not there, and the Stolen Bedlam does more than enough damage to finish him off. Bombi will use the Cursed Crown onto Zeal, who is just gonna be enjoy there being stunned up, and the tower gets defended. You get a 1-for-1. I think Myth Avenue are not too mad about it.
Wasn't too bright.
Well, they weren't really punished that hard for losing the Drow. They get a good lasso kill off, and that BKB is now in for the Bat Rider, which is going to enable him to just ignore everyone and walk at the Lina next time around.
Anyways, let's see. 8-5, 3k gold lead. Myth Avenue Gaming, they are still ahead. The Lina is still topping the network chart, and this is actually becoming scary, Kips, because when you look at the Lina and then look at the Drow, the difference is way too big.
Yes. It's pretty serious. Like, the double blink that's coming up from Myth Avenue right now, it needs to do work. They need to press that advantage, and they need to get the Lina with it.
They have one on the Rubik, there's going to be one on the Magnus, and I'm guessing that the Bat Rider will
triple,
be working
yes.
towards his. Okay, he's not gonna get this. He just bought the BKB. Going forward, Zealer. Ooh, man, that's a really nice sidestep. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Kishka is gonna get his Blink Dagger stopped, but no one is really gonna be going for him. There's two fronts here, but no one wants to engage. Everyone is just holding the line for now.
Yeah, I would just be counting my lucky stars that Lina doesn't actually feel like fighting yet with that double damage. Because, whew.
He feels like farming. You talked about it. Carry players. He has 173 CS, 10 CS per minute. So Karma is doing a really good job. Meanwhile, the Crystal Maiden does get the ward down. Very weird that this was allowed. I guess the tiny Karma comes forward. The DD is going to be expiring. So maybe he was waiting for that one to expire so that the fight is fair. They get the RP. It's not going to be that good of an RP though. He does push him back. The Shadow Realm not going to be used. Zeal actually lives through all of that. I thought he was a goner, but Karma now shows just how powerful he can be. It looked to me like he hit the RP, but for some reason the Dark Willow did stay on the outer end. He turned, didn't he?
Yes, he turned, I think. I mean, you say he hit the RP, but honestly, that was supposed to be on the Lina, I think.
True.
As soon as he doesn't catch the Lina, he's already unhappy. Yeah, now you lose the middle tower, and they move straight into Roche. You just use your RP. You have nothing to say about this anymore. Nothing at all.
BKB bat, 3k gold lead. Two of the cores of XERXIA, not that strong. But Rupi though, he has his ulti, so it doesn't matter. He's stronger than anyone else on Myth Avenue Gaming. And Karma, we're not going to be talking about him. He's way too powerful. Even with the 3k gold deficit, they want to take this Roche. But look at this. Myth Avenue, they're coming over.
They're contesting.
Yeah, their scan expired. I don't know. Oh, the Aegis was taken, but now they're surrounded. Who cares? Zeal gonna be going there. There is a silence onto the Brewmaster. They're gonna be able to take him down. And the Crystal Maiden, is she gonna die to her sister? Yes, she will. Actually, in the end, it's gonna be dying to the Dark Willow. Karma, though, pops the BKB. That's gonna be a good trade. And now they get the lasso. They want to take the Aegis down. Karma isn't that easily taken down for sure. Miracle doesn't even want to be a part of that fight. Zeal, though, still hunting. Skewer at the ready. He doesn't find anyone just yet. It's a 1-for-1. But still solid fight for Myth Avenue.
Decent, but now you spent... I guess you have RP up again, right?
That's true.
So I was about to say you spent the lasso, but no, you have RP. So it means that Brewmaster is coming in with another primal split.
Oh no.
Let's see. He just pops it.
He's gone, and BKB of the bat, but he's gonna be caught by the overgrowth. They might need that RP for the bat to survive, but no, he's gonna be up in the air enjoying the winds there. And Magnus immediately, there's gonna be a Bramble waiting for him. He doesn't have the Guardian Greaves, only the Mac. He's gonna look as his Crystal Maiden dies, and then he will follow suit immediately. XERXIA, they crush the fight, and they even out the game in terms of net worth.
And this... It feels kind of rough to say, but I think this was always going to happen. You can't keep on killing Rupido first every single time. Like, at some point, something's going to give. You know, he just TPs to his mid tower. He presses R. He wins the fight. And now you still have that Aegis on Atlina, and are pushing your high ground with it. She has everything she can possibly want.
Stolen Avalanche? Is that the game-changing spell they were looking for? Yeah, probably not, but Karma, Aegis, BKB.
It is very good, though.
It is true. It is true. So what's the play from Myth Avenue? Do you need a stronger Drow in this game? Is it more about buying time currently?
Yeah, I mean, the difference between the Lina and the Drow is really this, that the Lina has this natural farmability. You will always get to your items. And the Drow has just fallen behind. If she had the same amount of items as the Lina, maybe it would be equal, but she just doesn't have the same farm potential. And if you want to have it, you'd have to be buying the shard already.
Oh, poor Dark Willow taking some damage there, even in the Shadow Realm. Like, oh, the Cursed Crown, he stuns his bat as well. Oh, let's do this together. Die together.
Oy.
Not something you're looking for. He's gonna go for the RP, only connecting onto the Tiny. There is an ulti from the CM onto the high ground. He lets it go. The Brewmaster is taking some damage, silent stuff. They have the Avalanche. Should be able to take him down. A lot of damage from the Drow. No, the Living Armor is gonna protect him. The bonus armor, we all know how strong it can be. And the bat now, he has been caught by two ultis. He wants to run away, but he can't. But there is gonna be a stolen overgrowth. I can do that one as well. Still, the Drow Rangers. Does this mean he lives? He's under the tower, and this Karma Lina is not stopping with the onslaught. Gets a double kill. They lose the Tiny for it, but who cares? Another great fight for XERXIA.
And off of the back of this, she's going to just straight up buy a Gleipnir, basically. The Rod of Ato's recipe is the only thing in her way, and after that, I don't see how Myth are going to get out of a fight once they take it.
Oh, they have
They're
a
already
sentry
having
there.
trouble. Ooh.
They
Oh,
definitely are.
and the Blink Dagger on the tree.
Oof, that's big. Now it's gonna be a little bit tougher to steal the overgrowth. He comes in, he immediately uses the leech seed. Mid tier 2 is down. The gold is even, but it definitely is not representing this game. I feel like Brewmaster, even if he doesn't have a single item, this hero is still a god of a team fight. And he's gonna have a Lotus soon, so it's not like you can kill him.
Exactly. Like, it feels so good that, you know, you buy the pipe first, so they need to invest a lot of damage into you with the other 4 heroes in order to kill you. And then now that the drowse damage is starting to slightly ramp up, you just buy that plate mail, you go into the Lotus Orb. Feels really good versus the silences as well, and she still can't kill you. And up.
Guess who can kill people? It's Bombi and Karma. These two do so much damage. It's not even funny. That's a level 13 Dark Willow. Anyone who gets caught doesn't have a BKB or a way to purge off something, he's dead. I actually can't believe Magnus didn't finish off the Guardian Greaves. They're just so good in this game.
Purge is super important, as well as the burst heal.
Oh, XERXIA has been found. BKB gonna be protecting him for now. And they do bring down the tree. JG will be caught. Now pulled down to the tower. He should be dead. Karma trying to find the re-engagement there. But Crystal Maiden lets it go. Not for long. Very soon understands will be getting stunned. Tries to run away. Not gonna be happening. Stolen LSA though. And now they get him into the tower. They're gonna be needing to use the RPO to the 3 of them. And the arrows are coming through. But the Curse Crowd there. Karma doesn't care. Turns around. The Aegis does expire though. At the worst possible moment, Karma, he needs to kill them before he dies, but the Rubik is still gonna hold him in place. I can use these spells too, my friend. And he doesn't allow him to move. The stolen LSA changes everything, not only in this fight, but only in the game. If Kishka didn't have it, that's a completely different engagement though. Zeal, once more. Can you get Rupi though? Yeah. Oh, there's gonna be help from Jaja.
Once the bat arrives. He doesn't really want to take it.
True. It is a pipe Brewmaster. His magic resistance is still very high. Okay.
The bat was up in the air for, like, as soon as his BKB tamed out, he was just up in the air. No contribution to that fight whatsoever.
Poor XERXIA. That's why he needs the blink. He went for the Ether Lens, wants the Octarine Core, but without the blink, he just cannot play the game. Kishka has the Light Striker Ray level 1. Lina left it on level 1. I guess sometimes Linas do max out the stun, but against the Rubik he didn't want it, and for a good reason, man. It would have been a disaster. Crystal Maiden, she picks up all of those brambles, takes a ton of damage. There is gonna be a Glimmer Cape, keeping her somewhat safe, but for how long? She has been left alone, or has she? The Bat Rider comes over, get away from my support, pushes Rupido back, who doesn't have the mana or the cooldown for his ulti, and now a nice cure there. Avatar's combo is gonna be used on XERXIA, who needs to pop the BKB, but he has been caught. Lina is coming from the side, he wants to start dishing out the damage though. They have the mech protecting XERXIA, and he's gonna be fine. Karma just wasn't a part of that one, and XERXIA, they don't have the damage. The Magnus has been crowned. That's a shard curse crown as well, so he cannot move. The brambles have surrounded it. He's gonna go through it immediately. Just destroy. And again, Rubik destroying everyone with this LSA. Finally, they'll kill the Crystal Maiden, the one who started off the fight, and there it is, the catch and the collapse onto Myth Avenue Gaming. You lived long enough. XERXIA finally take them down.
And Miracle. Too much, my dude. Why?
He's an optimist right now. I get it, because that TP, only an optimist goes for that one.
He is an optimist, yeah, but, and I get to say Galv why. I know that's a bad question, but, you know, we both know he knows better than to pop off that last Frost Arrow array when the glyph has been popped. Like, just, that's when you run. He knows it, I know it, we know it.
Yeah, but if you say, let's say you were coaching him, would you, if it was a scrim, would you during the game tell him why did you do that?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Because when I play Dota and I make a mistake and someone says, "Why did you do that?" Because I screwed
exactly.
up. Like I screwed up. Sorry, I didn't want to do it.
Asking why is the single most tilting question. And like even after the game, you have to do your intonation right because you actually have to be like, why did you do that? I want to understand so we can prevent it instead of why did you do that? Because you ruined my game.
Okay, Magnus doesn't get the RP off. He could have used it. The ult didn't come out in time, but he didn't want to use it against the Dark Willow. It is still gonna be a D ward of a freshly placed one. So XERXIA, they were probably thinking of fighting towards the top lane, but now they don't have that that added vision on the lane. They have good vision in the triangle though.
Yeah, they know exactly where everybody on myth is, and they really would like an opening to go for it right now. No? Smoke doesn't pop? They're in the back?
Arman knew that he was gonna
Pop
get
now.
the DD. Oh, avalanche shot to 4
a
people, and
big
here comes
ava.
Alina with the DD. That's a huge avalanche, really. Tiny pops the BKB now. Everyone needs to run. No one has died. If the Alina with the DD isn't attacking us, man, I would be happy if I was Myth Avenue.
Yeah. Like that Crystal Maiden got off scot-free. I'm very surprised she's alive.
So 1 BKB used on the Tiny, 2 BKBs used on Myth Avenue on the Drow and the Bat. I'll take that. That's a worthy avalanche toss combo into 4 people. You get 2 BKBs down.
Yep. And now you just continue hovering around Rush. Because there is absolutely no way that Myth Avenue can contest you right now. You have established your vision. You have taken their BKBs down. This next Roshan should be yours.
Are we gonna see a shard on the mag? We see an ether lens, but he's not getting a shard. That doesn't really make sense, does it?
No, it feels a bit like he has too many things that he needs to be buying right now, and he's just short on the household budget. You know, bought too many potato crisps, and now he doesn't have dinner.
You know, the prices have gone up lately, so
Yeah.
it does make sense. It does make sense. In the world of Dota, though, Ice Frog is definitely being good to all of us. We don't have to increase our budget for some of the items, but it feels like the real world right now for the Magnus. Karma does get his Aegis, and JG, he's gonna be getting a shard. 10k goal lead for XERXIA. They're continuing to just get more and more.
With that Aegis in hand now, is going. Look at what he's got in his cookbook. He's got an Aeon disc coming up. I respect the hell out of that. So many carries are like, okay, fine. If I die, I lose the game. But you know what? I'm not gonna buy an Aeon disc because I'm the carry. And Karma is like, nope. If I live, I win. Perfect.
He found them. He found them.
Didn't even look. He just stood there.
JG looked on the other side, like, okay, they're not here, they have to be here, and he just gets the kill. That's the highest net worth hero on Myth Avenue, mind you, so he just gets ripped apart during 1 stun. A level 1 stun.
Karma just solved him like a Sudoku. And now, Miracle? Oh, Galva's solo already.
Turns around with the silence. Man, if he just made a mistake there, that could have been really bad communication. He turned around for the silence, almost getting 4-staffed in. Meanwhile, in the back lines behind the tier 2, we haven't taken the tier 1, but who needs to take down Tower Zeal? He wants to go through the RP. I'm gonna crush all of these pandas, and he might actually do it. Rupido does get taken down. Miracle, good BKB usage, and they even killed the Dark Willow, or do they? Will be having the Shadow Realm in a second. Turns around onto Zeal, tries to kill him, and actually will be not successful because of the Glimmer Cape. He pops the dust a little bit too late. Okay. While that is happening, only the Crystal Maiden dies, so Myth Avenue, just nice defense, and the overdive doesn't work.
Yeah. And they get the gem out of the equation. That's huge, actually. That means that they have to start defending their wards again over on the Dire, otherwise it will get taken down.
You know, RP only onto the pandas actually works out. So
Yeah.
Myth Avenue, they're gonna be happy about it. The BKB charges on the Drow are getting lower though. 9-second one used for survival, and the 8-second one you are killing heroes that are already diving you. So we'll see if actually Miracle can do something. How many items does the Drow need really to come back into this game?
I think 2 more on top of this Manta style, like to properly stand a chance. And of course, the Lina is going to be 6 slotted by then. But the Manta, at very least, now that your BKB is running low, is going to be doing good things for you. You can dodge the Lina stun. You can get out of the Cursed Crown. There's a lot of powerful work that it'll do for you. And it will also be some damage.
Miracle's positioning in this game hasn't been bad. It's just that it's very hard to position well. He has died 6 times. That is not ideal as a Drow. And now they're hunting on Zeal, who, for Staff Blink, gets himself into a safe position and gets himself out. Not gonna be caught like his bat earlier.
But yeah, you're touching upon what I think is just the main part of this game. Like, Miracle doesn't have to be out of position in order to die anyway. And once again, we're in basically a solo core position where he will have to do most of the right click damage.
But he will be empowered. That's it probably sounds a lot better when he can actually get some hits in without immediately dying. Yeah, Karma? Aegis? Okay. That illusion is gonna get dragged in and smashed in the base of Myth Avenue Gaming, but it wasn't the best usage of the lasso, I'd say.
Nope. No, it was not. And now they only have the RP for the high ground, so Zeal is going to be really choosy who he drops it on. You know, assume there's going to be a high ground attempt. It's only a minute left on the Aegis, and Karma is currently walking away from the enemy base. Would much rather finish that Aeon Disc, I'm guessing.
Does he finish the Aeon Disc, though? Is he gonna go through with it, Kips? Is he really gonna be deserving your respect in the end?
Please, I believe in Karma.
That's true. Me too. The Crystal Maiden is dead. JG is gonna be doing tiny things. This Crystal Maiden, she needs a couple of more of those fluffy hats to cushion the fall from the toss.
Big fluffy hat enjoyer here.
Oh, for sure. Anyways, though, Roche up in 3 minutes. We'll see if XERXIA is going to be waiting for that one. Lina is very low on mana, but Aegis will be expiring in a 5, so doesn't need to go back to the base. Still only 1 point in the Light Strike Array. Understands the dangers of the Rubik. So doesn't want to give a big Light Strike Array to the Rubik. He understood that was the thing that won them the game. But look at the Rubik. He has a tree, you know? He's like a dog.
Oh yeah, you know those the branch manager and the assistant branch manager.
Okay, yeah, that is. So he's the assistant one, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the tiny stick, it's much bigger and you know, much more impressive that he holds it with one hand. Rubik though.
But it's not about the size of the stick though, man. It's about how you use it.
Okay, if you say so. Anyways though, Crystal Maiden, smoked up, places some vision. That is some good vision for Myth Avenue.
Yeah, that's really nice that he got to sneak on up there. And Myth currently is not sporting a new gem. Only a single sentry, so it's pretty unlikely they're going to take that one down. Actually, really good info for Myth right now with both of these deep wards. Unfortunately, one of them times out. But this next Roche is going to be contested for sure.
Yeah, they're preparing for it. With this kind of vision, they most definitely can do it. And they have really good initiation. And that is the thing. Vision is the only thing that they have. And the side, Karma gets the DD right in front of the Rubik and just 2-3 hits. It's gonna be enough. Glimmer Cape, you cannot hide from me. Miracle, though, gets gone on. He does have the BKB. Wants to get out. Doesn't want to pop it. Just pop it, Miracle, or you die. Okay, you die either way. Maybe you've understood it all along. And Karma with his double damage, he just got it in front of the Rubik. It was so close with the Rubik getting it. And now gets a triple kill without any contest. And the Auxiliary, well, run away, please. Run away, please. He gets critted one more time and he's dead. He cannot blink. And he was hoping for a high ground miss, which is never gonna happen. Karma gets a triple on the top lane, goes towards the bottom lane for an ultra. Where is his rampage?
Hiding in the opposite triangle?
Yeah, okay. Like if Karma was playing like a good carry in his triangle, he would have a rampage now.
I see. They would have just come to gank him there, right? And he turns around on it. 5-man chrono.
This game looks over, Kips, because no buybacks. Actually, there is a buyback on the bat. Rubik, though, does get taken down. Nice cure onto the Tiny. Kind of gives us TI-10, remembering Sumail being pulled into the fountain as a Tiny. This one, though, is not going to be getting there, and that's a second lane of racks.
Man, that DD rune, like the problem is the Rubik saw it. They had that beautiful vision. They could have denied that rune, but they saw a possibility for that rune saving them. Like, you know, if they're not on the ball on XERXIA, if they leave that rune there, maybe Miracle gets it, maybe you get a shot to take Roche, or to take a fight on the Roche. And instead, that greed, or that hope, means that instead they get their faces bashed in.
And also, he could have had a sentry there. I mean, you have all of this good vision, and then you don't have a sentry next to the rune, and you're going for it. Brewmaster gonna be caught, and that's gonna be a nice cure back into an RP. But the Drought Ranger is up in the air, so he's not gonna be doing all that much damage just yet. Though Miracle is gonna be broken more ways than one, but he gets to the low ground. He didn't start off with the stun Karma. That's why he's not gonna be getting the kill immediately, but he's still going forward. Fight me! Fight me! Let's go, Miracle! Why aren't you standing your ground and fighting me? Because you cannot. Miracle is the same level as this Dark Willow, who pops the the smoke just to chase onto Kishka, who is unsuspecting to what's about to happen. Okay, now he's pretty much aware that he's dead. Actually, a stolen LSA, gonna be turning it around. There's no more BKB on the Lina, but he has an Aeon Disc and a Satanic that he can pop anytime he wants. And the two buybacks from 5th Avenue only protect the Rubik and don't give them anything more.
Yep, so Karma pushing it there, like really risking his life, means getting 2 more buybacks out that could otherwise be used during a fight, maybe one around this Roshan, and instead these buybacks are now doing nothing for 5th Avenue.
How do you even kill the, like, Lina has to be in an RP. I just don't see another way. The thing is, he has an Aeon Disc to pop it, so the first time that it happens, it's not really gonna give you much, because no one can stand their ground and fight against the Lina, and that's the only real lockdown that you have.
Exactly, so you're going to have to save the lasso for her as well, and I don't see a scenario where that's realistic.
It's very hard to happen now. We're gonna have an engagement. JG taking some damage. Doesn't want to pop the BKB just yet. Rubik has been caught with a Gleipnir and just demolished. Crystal Maiden crowned. There's so many brambles. She has nowhere to go. She's gonna be hurting herself there on the brambles, but better than being caught by the Tiny and the Lina, which we saw. She gets obliterated after that happens, and that's a dieback on the poor CM, and the Rubik buys back as well. It's gonna be a 4 versus 5 for the Roche if they can get out of their base.
Well, they're running.
They
Not
are.
quite as fast as they can, but they have to.
They're running towards the triangle so that Miracle can farm the ancient camp. That's the case. Aghanim Scepter on Rupi though. He's always gonna have his Storm Companion just going over. Now sometimes it gets lonely as the Brewmaster when you don't have your ulti. Now you're always
like,
gonna
look
have
at
his
this.
buddy. Yep. He has to pop the BKB to live. So sad.
Ah, that's big. Yeah, better luck next game, I think, at this point. You, like...
You're very brutal, Kips. Do you sometimes give motivational speeches to your teammates during a game, let's say during a scrim?
During, no. Like, during a scrim, I'm doing reminders if we're currently practicing something and they're forgetting, and it would be wasting practice time if they forget. Is that the secure back? No, it is not!
It's a Yules, and they just cannot get a break in this game. He's gonna get 4 staff at 30 times, but okay, you saved your Magnus. What now? Karma is still standing his ground. He removes the silence with the Satanic. Actually, just gonna be a toss back onto Miracle. He gets absolutely obliterated. It's gonna be a nice RP, but the damage, it's nowhere to be found. And now, the Overgrowth onto the support. The Crystal Maiden lets it go, and the extra 20 armor do absolutely nothing because Lina packs a punch. Exilern tossed in the air. He has a BKB again, not gonna be able to use it. Every single hero is dead without the chance of fighting back, and the GG called, thrown down. XERXIA get the victory in game 1.
Yeah, and, well, I have been holding on to this all game, but if you let Lina go through, it turns out Karma is a bitch.
Oh, that is a good one. That is a really good one. Anyways, though, yeah, it is a problem. You know, coming back to the Lina, you let it through and you didn't get anything, literally nothing to deal with it. Like how could you allow that to happen, really?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they did think that the Rubik Mag was something to deal with it, that they could outfarm faster, but they get forced to go into this Drow Ranger instead, who does not benefit from the Magnus. So I don't understand how they can let the drafts get twisted like that, especially when the Ursa is right there, the PA is right there. Like, you can get a Mag combo draft, right?
Yeah, you definitely could. The Drow was a weird one to me. I think there definitely could have been something a bit better than the Drow Ranger. That's just a complete mystery to me. And I think with the last pick, they had the chance to not get out drafted, but with the Drow, it was just impossible.
Absolutely. The Ursa was a shoe-in, really. And so it's either you don't do the Drow, or you would have had to not go for the Rubik Magnus, which sort of locks you into this out farm, and if we can't get on top of her, we're in trouble kind of thing. Because yeah, no real builder for that Mage Slayer, no real hero that can, stick on top of her and just take the beat down while everybody else deals with the team. And yeah, you just got Lena 21 and 13. Do you remember where she died? I don't remember where she died.
Yeah. Oh, I do remember now when they dove her on the top lane. I think that was the case. Was that the case? Yeah, I think it was. Either way, though, that's gonna be it for game number 1. Dealing with the Lena, not something that Myth Avenue Gaming did so well in this game, so they're gonna have to suffer a defeat. Though that doesn't matter. There's still a game 2 that's coming up after a short break, guys. So stay with us. We're back in about 10 minutes, and should be a great way to end the day off. See you then.